Hey, what's up, guys? I want to make a video today in regards to living my life and how I lived it in the past. And it's really important for me to put this out there because it's something I struggled with constantly, and it all stemmed from early childhood abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, whether it was at home, at school, you know, whatever, religious institutions, all of that, all three, and even myself, unfortunately. And all that actually affected me in so many ways where I wasn't able to ever sense who I really was or understand why I was who I was or why I couldn't make my mind up in any decision or why I couldn't like feel out situations so well or just deal with things well. It just like, I just always felt lost in every situation, everything. Like I just couldn't do anything like as well as I could. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I couldn't do anything right. It's just I couldn't do it as well as I could. You know what I mean? Because I had no sense of self, and I really struggled with that a lot. Like if it took my friend like 3 years to find himself, it took me like 15 years to find myself. It all started at a young age, and I constantly was always like lost. I just didn't know why. I was like, why is it like did God just make it me like that, or why did I become like this? I always it just all stemmed and made me hate myself. I'm like, oh man, I'm a piece of shit. I'm not a good person. I'm a horrible human. I'm no good. I'm worthless. I'm less than dirt. I just kept telling myself all that stuff just because I couldn't understand why I couldn't make decisions or sense things or deal with things the way people did, or you know what I mean, and be comfortable with it. I could never ever comfortable with it because I was constantly struggling with myself. It was like I was battling myself constantly. Like, you had people beefing with other people around the corner. People were like talking, gossiping about everyone. But meanwhile, with me, I was just personally just fighting my own demons my whole life, just fighting myself. Like why I couldn't find it, why couldn't I know how to do anything. It was like an internal battle in here the whole entire time, and it really hurt me a lot. Like it hurt me in so many possible ways, whether it was like being in a relationship, being like around people, or being in social situations, or doing well in school, or being able to like figure out like how to deal with it with someone or something, as like being able to decide if I was gonna wear this shirt or that shirt, just because I was so indecisive, and I would just think about everything in the worst way, and I didn't even know what I wanted to wear. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of that stuff does come into play, especially when you're a teenager and you're still figuring yourself out. But it was so bad to the point where like I didn't know who I was gonna be every day. Every day I was someone new. Like I felt like every day I was trying to be someone I wasn't. You know what I mean? It was like today I'm gonna be the funny guy. Today I'm gonna be the tough guy. Today I'm gonna be the loser guy. Today I'm gonna be like the guy that's just gonna like get by. Or today I'm gonna be the aggressive guy. Or today I'm gonna be the emotional guy. Or today I'm gonna be like the pretty boy. Or today I'm gonna be the ugly guy. Or the I don't know. It just varied every fucking day. It just never stopped. Yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot to put it out there. So like I really just wanted people like kind of to understand my story, because I feel like a lot of people do go through this, maybe in a smaller sense and sometimes in even a larger than myself. Like, everyone's been battling this, or or is currently battling it at some point in their life. And I feel like there isn't a root to the problem, and we could all find it together. You know what I mean? Just like when you know, farmers are able to like put seeds and grow them, and they're able to pull out grass and wheat out of the roots, just so other new and better things can grow out. We're able to do that on an internal level. You know what I mean? We're capable of doing every one of those little things. And I don't want to just keep talking like I am right now, but like I just want like to get it out of my system and help it get out of other people's system, because we're always struggling. We're always trying to figure ourselves out. We're always trying to find the right path. And obviously, when we're born, we're pure. We have a great sense of, if you ever seen a child or a toddler, they know exactly what they want. They know every moment what they want. Even though they're children, even though they're toddlers, us as humans, when we get older, what happens is society changes us, toxic environments change us. Um, People like bigger, like I guess role models or whatever you want to call them, people who had power over us, or like whether it's at home, outside of home, your older brother, younger sister, whatever it is, had a big impact on us. And that, what it does is it affects us when we get older, and we're constantly trying to figure out what we want to do in life. Especially nowadays, it's a lot harder than before. Um, let's say, yeah, I just wanted to say that, like, that we're constantly just trying to figure ourselves out. Some people, it's a lot harder for them, unfortunately, like myself. And some people, it's easier for them. You know what I mean? Some people, they get lucky. You know what I mean? And they're in the right. It's all about timing and the right environment. They get it right away. You know what I mean? Not to knock on anyone who has their life straightened out or figured things out at a younger age. Like, I'm sure you guys are smart, or some of you guys struggled and found your ways, and some people were just born into it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to make it like clear that life isn't always like an easy road, and finding oneself is one of the most complicated things in the world. Like, you could find money, you could find a job, you could find a woman of your dreams or a man of your dreams or whatever you go with. You could find a lot of things, but finding one's true sense of self and or self is one of the hardest things. Like, even when it's just something that we constantly struggle with. But like, some people obviously come off at a rougher start, you could say. Those people had like very toxic growing up. People who grew up with no mother or father. People who grew up in an orphanage. People who dealt with abuse, beatings, like all those horrible things that happen to people. Unfortunately, those people tend to have a lot of problems finding their sense of self. It takes them a lot longer, what I'm trying to say, than your typical person who doesn't really go through that as much, who hasn't really struggled as a child. You know what I mean? It tends to be harder for them. And I hope people can understand that, because I know people, sometimes we beat ourselves up and we beat up other people on the subconscious level, where we're like, come on, man, or come on, just figure it out. Like, fuck, you can't get shit straight. Like, come on, man. Like, you're 20 something, you're 40 something, you're 15. I don't know, whatever ages people feel like they need to understand everything. You can't get it. Like, you're at this point. No, man. Like, no, not it's not that. If it was, then we would all be doing it, right? It's like, if I'm like, dude, like, go finish a degree. Like, some people can't even get into college. Like, some people can't even graduate. Some people will just aren't in that situation where they can get to that point so easily. You know what I mean? You can't just say that to people. You gotta understand people's, and sometimes you can't even see it. You know what I mean? And sometimes in front of, it could be like person lives a good life. You don't know what they went through growing up. Even they don't even know half the time what the fuck they went through. So, just let's take it easy on each other. You know what I mean? Just like, some people don't make stupid decisions also. You know what I mean? You don't want to pressure someone, and then they make the wrong decisions in life. Then you're like, oh, you should have knew that. You shouldn't have known that. Let's just take it easy on each other and on ourselves. We're all fighting a battle. I might be projecting something that I went through, and I'm sure people go through, because we're humans, and human experiences all are very similar. Obviously, like, it's just a matter of sequences of stories that happened. That's what changes us between each other. But a matter of like what I went through, I'm sure millions and billions of people have been through what I've been through, or will go through what I've been through. You know what I mean? And likewise for you, whether it's now, before, or later on, we're all humans, and we've all been going through the same shit over and over again. But the whole point of it is to help each other out, right? I just want people to kind of figure themselves out and not have to struggle as much as I had to struggle. You know what I mean? And it hurts, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, people do lose their lives because they can't like figure things out, and it's a lot of pressure, and the world is not an easy place to live in, and then the people around you sometimes don't make it that easy, and then you on top of it, you make it even worse. You beat yourself up, unfortunately, because like, when you have self-love, obviously you don't deal with any of that stuff. The more self-love you have, the more likely you're able to forgive yourself and forgive the people around you, and you're able to maneuver better through life, and you're less likely to take your life away. That's the general idea of how it works. So like, the whole purpose of this, all across to that point. I don't know how long my battery's about to die out, unfortunately, but I'll catch you guys around. I'll post up more videos, and hopefully we can all get there together, guys. Take care and have a great night.